everybody. Nate and I were busy canning today. That gurgling sound you hear behind me are our fire roasted tomatoes that we're finishing up. But we went back out to the garden and we've had one of the best crops of peppers I think we've ever had. We always plant some anaheims and these got huge. And we always do poblano peppers. I will stuff the poblano peppers sometimes and make a meal, but typically what we plant ours for is just to cut up and throw on a smoker and dehydrate them and then turn them into a powder, and that's what I use in my chili. So make sure you wear gloves because these are a fairly hot pepper, but I'm gonna split this pepper open and get the seeds out. I'll probably just do that. Cut the seeds out and take this membrane out. Make sure you get as many seeds out as you can.
That's hot.
Yeah, you can. I wish this had smell-o-vision sometimes. But these peppers are, I don't think we've ever let them get as big as this, but
it's that drip system you put in.
yeah, so we have not gotten any rain this summer, but we did put the drip system that we did a video on a while back. We put one in the garden for the tomatoes and the peppers. So we haven't run that a whole lot this summer. Probably, what do you think? Just
5 or 6 times.
Do you think that many times?
About once a week.
And then we just let the dripper system go on these for, I don't know, maybe half hour to an hour. Once you get these peppers cleaned off, I just kind of cut them in half. And these poblanos look really good too. So when you dry an Anaheim pepper, the powder that we get out of it, people call it California powder. When we dry and make powder out of our poblano peppers, it's just ancho powder. Nate and I, a few years ago, took these peppers and blended the two together with the powder, and we just call it ancho.
It's really good.
It's really good. They're really good together, but it does bring everything quite a bit of heat.
You put them in eggs and burritos and...
Yeah, we sprinkle it pretty much on anything that you want spice with.
Yeah. Spaghetti.
Yeah, spaghetti. Yeah, we actually put some poblanos and some anaheims in our spaghetti sauce this year. But I am going to get the rest of these cut up. After I get these cut up, we'll take them out and we will meet you at the smoker. Alright, we're back outside at the smoker. I have the grate all covered up with our peppers. We have the heat set at 150 degrees on this smoker. And these are going to go for 2 to 3 hours. This just helps to add some flavor and it helps dry them out a little bit before we put them on the dehydrator. So when these are done, we will show you what that looks like and then we'll throw them in the food dehydrator. Alright, Nate and I just took the peppers off of the smoker and I put them on the food dehydrator trays. I kind of tore them up into smaller pieces just so they'll dry faster. These usually take a day or two in my food dehydrator to get crisp enough that we can run them through the food processor for powder. I dehydrate these in my garage because if you don't, it will smell up your whole house and your eyes will burn and it's not pleasant. So I do it in a garage where there's more airflow. And so we're going to get these stacked up and put in the dehydrator, and then I'm going to check them in a day or two. And when they're ready, Nate and I will show you how we ground them up and we'll get it in jars. All I just checked on the peppers. They've been in the food dehydrator for 2 full days. You can see how much they shrunk up and shriveled. They're nice and crispy. So these are ready to go into a little food processor. I designate this food processor just for peppers. If you're doing this in your kitchen, you want to make sure that after you process all the peppers, you leave the lid on it for a while to let the dust settle. But I'm going to do a couple trays at a time since this is such a small processor. We'll see where this gets us. So yeah, just dump everything in there. You don't have to add anything else to it. Put the lid on here. And we're going to start processing this. And I can still smell the pepper.
I'm getting back.
So like I said, if you're in your kitchen, let this sit for a few minutes and just let the dust settle, but you can see...
If you're in your kitchen, you're doing it wrong. Do it in your garage.
Yeah, that's why we're doing it outside.
Oh,
That's it's very potent, but that's
it's delicious.
ground up enough. I think we're gonna throw it. I would just put it in a glass bowl, if I can get this off here. I just transfer it. You can transfer it to a jar or a little glass bowl or whatever you can find that has a lid to it. And this was the Anaheim and the poblano peppers mixed, and we just call this ancho powder. So we have 3 trays left. This will probably fill up this glass container, but that's all there is to it. And you can use this in your chili, and we use it in any kind of Mexican dish that I make, or I make a white chili with it even. And you can really taste it. It just brings a whole new flavor to whatever you're making.